Hello world, WayofTime here bringing to you another episode of Minecraft Invasion. So what we're going to do today is try to finally finish building this thing so that it actually is working as it's intended. So I think what I'll first do is make a chest, or I'll just make a couple chests so that I'm able to place my inventory. Rather, yeah, I'm gonna need to place an inventory for all the stuff to exit out of, and I might as well place another chest here in the interim because yes, why not? Let's check. Stuff can spawn here, so I am obviously going to need to light it up, and it's always a good idea to have things lit up so people can actually see it's lit. It's lit, fam. Okay, so F7. Now what I'm going to need to do is, to get this operational, the laser is going to need to properly see the bedrock. Currently it is being blocked by lava, which is not very helpful for obvious reasons, because lava sucks. And actually what I'm gonna check something. Because the reason why I'm gonna check something is because 2 laser cores, that might be the reason. Okay, let's check. We're going to need another laser core, and the reason why it might not be working, or rather the reason why it might not be working is the fact that I'm going to need to have a laser core, or rather another laser core in there. So okay, so what's the most efficient way to change this? Pulverizer seems to give me all 4, so I might as well continue using that, and apparently I was, and I forgot it because of all the time that it has been since I last played this. So let's create a few of these. There we go. And then we'll throw these in here, and I guess we might as well put our nether quartz back up there. And basically, once we have the laser core, we'll be able to see whether it actually sees through the lava, no pun intended there, or if I'm going to need to actually fill in the lava, which is what I was planning to do with all of this sand. So let's see, place. Okay, there we go, and we just have to look, and it has a laser. There we go. So are you consuming energy? Yes, you are. And we already got some tin ore. So this is going to go at a remarkable clip, at least something I can remark on. And then we come with a few issues that will arise because of this configuration, and is something that we are going to have to fix. So as you can see here, we have a canola press, and it's producing a bunch of stuff, but we have a backup of canola, and we need to, well, we're going to need a use for the seeds, but since we have an excess of canola, we are going to need to continue and build up this system so that it's able to do everything that we need. So we will need to temporarily deconstruct the system and have it a bit more modular. So we are going to need, let's see, how are we going to do this? This needs energy, as can be seen, and these things output energy, but these do not need energy themselves. So let's take this, place it back down here. So my idea is that we'll take these canola presses and lay them down here, and then have a line for fluid going up here instead of the current configuration that we have now. Okay, so let's start working on that, and then we can see what we need afterwards. So we're going to need some fluid conduits, the regular kind, which I think it's just fused glass. Okay, I need to keep on remembering how we make fused glass. It's just simply taking glass, which is an easy enough thing to do. We'll just do that. And do we have any glass already that we can throw in? Yes, we do. Keep on holding shift. Some things never change, so let's take those out. I'm going to eventually use dark steel at some point in the future, I imagine. Not currently, but whatever. So, quite clear glass, converting it into our proper fluid conduits. We got that, and they're not the pressurized. How much does it need? Max input-output is 200 millibuckets per tick. I think that'll be fine. I don't know what the limit for all the stuff that we're going to do is currently, but we'll find that out later. So I think I still have my sheet saying where everything is, though I am going, this is a dedicated line, right? Is this a dedicated line? No, it is not. So what is the thing that is green? Is it seriously set to green for that? No. There must be another thing that it's set to. I forgot about that. Forgot about one of the pivotal parts of this entire thing. It is black. Okay, so the black channel, for some reason I don't have it written down. Maybe I have a different sheet. Anyway, so black channel is our canola. Black equals canola. Okay, so we got that situated. We'll just need to temporarily take this out of the system, and this stuff can remain, but this right here we can't have. Let's place the canola press here, and we'll need to have our energy going here, and we'll also need our items going in here. Yeah. Item conduits, there we go. We'll set this up so that it's insert to black. So insert, there we go. 2 right clicks. There we go. We got our canola, and I'll keep on saying there you go because apparently that's all I can say in this type of situation. Okay, so we got that. Ooh, another issue will be that power won't be able to go to all of these. So that means we'll need to have power going basically, well, there's 2 methods that we could do the power. We could do branching from this level, or we could do conduits going up at the same rate. That might not be the most efficient, however, but I guess that's what we could do. That just might be ugly. The other thing I was thinking of doing is basically if we were to have our blocks, we might as well do this. There, 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 and there, what we can do is instead put all of our power conduits. I used all the power conduits, so I'll need to make more. So let us do that quickly. Pretty sure I have some red alloy already. Red alloy, yum. Probably don't want to eat the red alloy though. It might not prove beneficial for everything that I'm doing. Red alloy, I probably need to make some more. In fact, red alloy, is this? Yes, that is. No, that's not what I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make the conductive alloy. Yes, conductive alloy, this, if we use this, I just need to check. This has a max input-output of 640 RF. Eventually, we're going to need to use more. So what is the other types of conduits that we have? We have the enhanced energy conduit, which requires energetic alloy, which is gold, glowstone, and redstone. So we might as well construct some of that, and then we'll need to do a bunch of stuff. So glowstone, we only have 9. This stuff is still working, so that's good. One of the main things, once again, is that we are going to need to set this up so that it's actually useful. Oh, we already have a lot more of that than I originally thought. Gold, how much? We only have 3 ingots there. Do we only really have 3 ingots available? No, we have 16 ingots. That is good. It's not going to manage to make that much, though, now that I think of it. So let us make that. I guess we might as well do it the correct way. There we go. So this will make all of those conduits. We can throw these items back because eventually we are going to need to reuse them. And then we can start exploring, or rather, we're going to need to start deconstructing some of our stuff. Now the question is, can I attach different energy conduits to each other? That's something that I haven't really explored. Also, what am I thinking? Oil generator makes 100 RF tick. That's why. That's the whole reason. Since this only handles 680, if we want this to all be on a single supply line, it's not exactly going to be very, well, useful. We're going to need to, unfortunately, get into here and take all of these, which isn't going to be too difficult. And we'll need to... Do we need to replace these? We don't need to replace these, actually. We will need to replace the line here, however, once we get all that up and running. So, we'll take care of this. So we'll need this. Thank you. And I suppose we don't need it there. That took the entire thing, which is unfortunate, but whatever. I guess we kind of have to do that, and we'll just go like this. If I had some way to hover, that would be amazing at this point, Chief. But unfortunately, did I? There we go. We'll just continue deconstructing this. I'm gonna need a lot more of this, now that I think of it. A lot more than I'm making. Actually, I think with the amount that I have currently brewing, I should be okay. So this tower is going to be able to handle a maximum of 6 generators. Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. Maximum of 6 generators, but that is okay. Also, the maximum input-output of this is 2,000. I think we're going to be fine there. But where is our... Let's just take that entire assembly, place that back down. That is fine. This no longer has much energy at all. Because, well, actually, let's see how this is doing right now. We got a lot of ores that we are going to need to process. Black quartz, glowstone, silver, redstone, we got zinc, but we are going to need to change this to iron once we get all that sorted. So actually, once we get this all constructed, we will need to make a processing machine, system, thingamabobber. Using the technical terms is the best way to do business. Okay, so what I was trying to think of showing is the following. Yeah, so we'll have them like this, but the problem is, since we'll have another one on top of here, on top of this thing, if we continue building this up, is that the maximum power is going to eventually hit too much. So at this point is when we'll need to put the modified conduit in, which is fine indeed. And we are going to need to, unfortunately, move this. So, do we have all the lighted? Lighted, there we go. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now that all that stuff is finished processing, let's hit F7 again. We got the energetic alloy, and we are running out of energy. That's not good. So, let's hopefully set this up quickly enough. We're going to need some more conduit contraband, aren't we? There we go. This will be enough though, so we'll need to make more conduit binder. I think I have more conduit binder ready to go. Recipe for this is the binder composite clay. I need to remember where everything is. We got clay here. We'll set all that up in a second once I have everything else going. Okay, so this is placed here, and it doesn't connect. Okay, so because that doesn't connect, that means that we're going to have a bit of an issue. We'll need to have a capacitor bank be... If we move the capacitor bank here instead, that might work. So what I'm thinking now is the following. Which way is the most efficient is going to be the question. So the issue right now is the fact that these cannot connect with these, which should be an obvious reason why that is the case. It makes perfect sense, and I should have thought about that initially. But anyways, let's throw away some of these things that we're not going to need immediately, and then we can construct everything. We're still going to need this to be on the remainder of the system, so let us set that up. So once again, can't jump there, duh. We'll do it like this. It's not exactly the most elegant way of doing it, but at least it's going to keep everything consistent. You can then worry about all that other stuff at a later point in time. So place this here, I think. How easy is it to place things? Apparently not very. Place! Place! There we go. Had to click on this thing. Oh, it was already placed, that's why. Why didn't I see that it was already placed? Not sure. Anyways, place. at least get the initial system up and running so that we'll be able to do all the other stuff that we need. That's connected. We just need to place this here, and we're gonna need to replace this, unfortunately. Seems like that is gonna be inevitable at this point in time. Might as well keep that. Dut, 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 dut. Okay, now this is actually running, but that's not the problem that it's experiencing anyway. The problem that's experiencing is the fact that we are going to need to put the fluid conduits in this proper assembly. So obviously this isn't exactly future-proofing the entire design right now, but that is basically the best that we can do. Let's not connect this yet. The reason why I'm not connecting it yet is because once again, what I said with the water, we're not able to automatically connect filled fluid conduits with emptied ones because these are set to a particular fluid. That means what we need to do instead is connect the rest of this up before doing all the other stuff, which kind of makes sense. So let us set that up. We're going to need some more of that glass, and we are going to need that conduit. So I think it's clay, sand, and gravel. I think that's the only thing I need to make the conduit binder. Conduit binder, let's make you. Thank you very much. Okay. Set that in there. Set that in there. Not sure why I bothered making that extra stuff, and I guess we can throw this stuff away in the meantime. That's enough for now. We can make our stuff, then collect the other stuff at another point in time. And I forgot the glass, which would be quite helpful if I make myself quite clear. There we go. Why did I do that? Up here. And I think that one is already connected. Good. So all we need to do there. And now that is connected. Crap. Okay. That I should have saw. Should have saw that coming. Okay. So the issue with this is the fact that this is a 2-fluid input-output. So what I'm gonna need to do, these are not all empty. I'm gonna take them down anyways. Can I use an axe? Axe is the instant. So I'm gonna obviously lose some fluid here, but as long as I can set the system up... Ooh, that's sucky. As long as I can set the system up beforehand to use the correct fluid, I should be fine. So this stuff I will need to deconstruct and then put the fluid conduits back down. I'll set that up in a second. So there. We'll need to set the... What was the item conduit needed for here? The item conduit was needed for that stuff. So this is actually no longer necessary down here. So we saved a bit in the conduit space. So place this down. Now we need to fill this with the proper fluid, like so. And now this is full with the canola oil, rather. And nothing but canola oil can go in here. So when I place down these fermenting barrels, like such, it will automatically insert all that stuff. Now I don't think this is actually connected. Is this connected? We got some canola oil in there. Wait. That's full. That's got some stuff. It's not going up, though. Do I need the pressurized fluid conduits in order for this to operate? Probably. Let's temporarily disconnect this. We can connect it again by using this archaic system of, oh my gosh, where does everything go? But pressurized fluid conduits might be what's required. Do we have a pump in Ender.io that I can use to put this all up? So these fluid conduits require gravity in order to operate, meaning that if I place one here, it's not really going to have any liquid come up. unless there's a great enough size. So I'm going to need pressurized fluid conduits. So maximum input output is that. So I'm going to require block glass hardened in order to operate, and I can at least convert some of my fluid conduits to use the proper stuff. So fused quartz is what I need instead, and to make fused quartz I need to alloy smelt nether quartz, and that will be how I get stuff. So let's take this down once again. So there. Unfortunately, I wish I knew that ahead of time. Then again, maybe I don't expect mods to be logical. Heck, I make a mod that is based on the blood of your enemies fueling your magic. They can't all be logical. Okay. And I guess there's one left that I have yet to get. We're just gonna have to brute force that. Think I got all of them? There we go, finally. We are missing our item conduit there, so let's place that down. Now let's try this once more with feeling. Hopefully actually get this going at a proper rate. We don't want that cooking. We are going to want our quartz to be cooked up like so. This is gonna take a lot of quartz. Ooh, I didn't realize that it'd take this much quartz. That's not good. It's gonna take a while to make also. And this only makes 3, so once I make this batch, basically that's all I'm gonna manage to make anyways. Actually, yeah, that is all I'm gonna manage to make. So we got this, we'll make our stuff like this then. Might have just enough conduits, so let's do this instead. Okay, final time. Hopefully, we'll see if this works. Hopefully this doesn't need some sort of arcane power source that I have yet to devise or create in any capacity whatsoever. We'll need to get this again, once again, yay. Okay, that's connected, that's pressurized. Do you have fluid here? Yes, you do. Okay, so these are properly set up. Now it is properly fermenting, going into these generators. These generators, however, need to export their power, and it's currently not exporting, so we need to set that up still. And this is only handling the pressurized fluid conduits. Where is the energy conduit? Okay, energy conduit's not going down yet. So now comes the fun part. I think we're going to need a capacitor bank set up here to basically put it here so that we can convert the power from these. It's probably a lot easier to just use the enhanced fluid conduits. So oh, I can replace it by right-clicking on the fluid conduits. Interesting. Not fluid conduits. Okay, let me create a few more of these, I think. Actually, I can do this right now. So down and to the right. Wait, I need more than that. Yeah, this will actually still be enough. I'm gonna still need more gold, so I will have to start processing the gold that I have up there. But we are on pace for setting all this up to be proper. So there we go. There. Now that has energy, so, or rather that can export its energy. Still need to export the stuff in here, which means right-clicking this. And now we just need to remove this. I think all of it's set up there. Can I click it? Yes, I can. And there we go. Okay, so that is good. We got that initial layer done. What's the best way? 1, 2, 3, 4, or guess it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have to bring this down like such. That does not need to be there. So that means this part is extra. But it's almost like it doesn't matter because our conduit decided to fly away into the not the stratosphere. Why did I think stratosphere? Anyway, so we at least have still nothing. Still not managing to get anything there. So how's our power situation going? Nothing. That's useful. But we are managing to construct all that. But the entire point of that stuff was to make another canola press. So Wait, this isn't experiencing any pressure fluid? This is pressurized fluid conduit. It should have fluid going in here. Then why is it not pushing any out? Canola oil. Aww. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Yep, okay. That is the case. Oh! Oh! Oh. Duh. Duh. Let's take that off for now because I need to settle my mistakes. So let's deconstruct these again because oops. So the issue, or rather the way that I can solve my issue, because that's the better way to describe it, is that I need to set this fluid conduit so that it's input-output. Do we have anything in here? We got canola oil. So canola oil is fine. We'll still need to set this up so that what it does instead is that it can only insert. That's what I need to do. That is... Sense is being made. So let me drain these fluid pipes and then we will essentially be good to go for the remainder. Okay, so set this up so that it's insert only because we need to make sure that. And by having it insert only, it'll only be able to insert canola oil and not be able to extract anything else. Okay, so we shouldn't see any color change because of this, so that is good. This is starting to work, starting to get all that situated. We just need to set up the power and the items again because, yeah. And now, the next step, so all that's situated, all that's good, this is filling up. The next step, well, the next step is going to be to get more of the engines and more fermenting barrels. Fermenting barrels require all this stuff, so wood, the wood casing, which isn't bad. We also need the excess canola, obviously. Speaking about excess canola, I think I still have a lot of stuff in here that needs to be processed, but that is fine, so I think I might as well make a few canola presses. So the canola press, once again, just requires canola and this advanced thing. Kind of a busy craft, honestly. So let us see how our power situation is now. I think we're a net minus right now because this is still consuming a lot of our stuff, basically consuming all of our energy. So let's temporarily disconnect that because we'll need to see how everything is going. We're starting to get a few ores. Obviously, we went through all of our energy in order to get those ores. So I think my next step is improve the power generation and then improve the power efficiency. They will be linked together, sure, but it's best to have an excess of power right now. Well, it's not going to be an excess power, but that is not too much of a problem. Let us get here. So next step will be making more canola presses, making more oil generators, and then once that is done, we'll basically be on our way for setting all this stuff up. Now, one thing that I didn't do is it is episode 21, which means, oh my gosh, how did I manage to live this long? So I get an extra life just in case something goes wrong. Maybe if I can't deny that. Thank you. Give me a life because apparently it's worth something. Going back to survival. There we go. 3 lives remaining and haven't managed to lose a single one. So that's all the time we have for this episode of Minecraft Invasion. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.